Good morning from this cottage life. It is raining, drizzling, but nevertheless it's quite annoying. However, your farm girl here is prepared. Let me show you. So we got the bikes. This is our little porch area because yesterday you haven't actually seen anything. But I got rubber boots, I got a barn jacket. This is literally what this wardrobe has been waiting for, you know? I mean, guys, what do I have Chanel rubber boots for? And the Miu Miu barn jacket for, but for this. And actually, I don't care that it's raining, I don't care that it's drizzling. I am so excited, even if my camera is currently getting wet, because we're gonna see horses, pigs, goats. Honestly, for me, that is such a wholesome, perfect day. Good food, fresh air. Honestly, I love this. Like, I'm not like made for this lifestyle, but growing up, my grandparents had a farm and I once assisted a surgery. I was like 10 years old. I assisted a pig surgery. I saw a cow deliver numerous times. Maybe you don't want to see that if you're like a true city girl. I spent a lot of time on the farm. I was picking turkey eggs and we had so many chicken and hens and cows and pigs and like so much, even a goat. I remember even a Bambi once my dad rescued. Anyway, I'm going off tangents, but the point is my lens is getting wet as you can see here. But the point is that I'm so happy to be here 1-2 days like in this kind of like out of the city experience. So that's where we slept last night, by the way. It's raining significantly, but at least I got my new hat that I'm gonna put on now as well. Okay, my little new beanie on. And off we go. I just realized I never probably told you that story, but it was kind of significant for me. When I was around 10 years old, I assisted a vet in a surgery because a pig mother stepped on her little baby and he was wounded. So I assisted it and it kind of affected me a little bit, so that I thought that I wanted to be a vet. But that didn't last long. If I'm very honest, the point with me was that I never really knew what I wanted to be. You always knew what you wanted to be, right? So my sister always knew she wanted to be a pharmacist because, you know, she's the good child. She's the well-behaved one. Morning. And all of that good stuff. Whereas me, not as much. Always a bit confused. I'm sure it was very disappointing for our parents as well. But I'm sure you don't want to see my face. You want to see where we are. It's so beautiful. Also, our grandma has a glass house. Growing up, picking strawberries, removing bad grass, all of this stuff, but the salad looks really good. Yummy. Maybe I'm hungry. Look at the glass house. How big. I can just imagine how warm and toasty it is over there. Wow. It's probably like coriander and stuff that I don't really like, but it's okay. Oh, look, the lemon. So much inside. Smells like tomato leaves. Chili. Wow, it's actually so beautiful. Lovely. Banana! There's a banana tree. I also think this is really interesting if you want to bring your children too, so that they can see so much, especially if they live in the city. They can then experience all of this. Let's see. I can see a horse. Come here. Come here.
It's raining.
Wow. The huge horns. Very
Means
dangerous.
business.
Good morning. Come here. Come here. I know it's not personal. It's alright. My feelings are not hurt. Yeah, so smart you are. Look how cute. Morning. I would love to have a horse.
Would you?
Yeah. Is it too much to ask?
I think Minty likes you as well.
Me too. Can we go together to Milan? Do you know what Filippo means?
I think Minty said no.
Minty. So cute. We're just in front of a mill, which is quite interesting because this was a family business. So we passed the mill and I told my sister it was a family business because actually our grandfather on our dad's side had a mill.
Indeed, yeah.
It was a private business owner since I think 1954. Guys, just look how beautiful it is, and even if it's a gloomy day, it's so beautiful. That's where we came from with the ponies. Currently walking back to the room to like pack up, maybe to change because I'm a bit wet even, and then gonna have a yummy breakfast. Around the barns it smells so much like food and it's so delicious. I've changed into my cashmere brown pants as well and socks because I just wanted to be cozy and have the best morning and coffee and breakfast and everything. But before we leave this place, because we're going today to Estelle Manor, which is another 30 minutes away from here, beautiful property, I wanted to unbox this, and I'm actually very excited because I've never seen it in real life, believe it or not. So basically, as you could have realized in the Vlogmas 2 days ago, day 3, I got a bag, bizarrely enough, in a beauty Chanel boutique, which is not really that common. But the reason why is that the price was so good, like for a fifth of the price of the bag that you would get in the boutique. Do you want to say something?
No, I'm just waiting for the bag.
Yes? Are you excited? Because you've never seen it.
No.
Now is the time. But it's literally like a really good price. I don't know why Camille's here. It's a bit odd. Look at the Christmassy ones. I think these are the Christmassy ones with the gold Chanel writing on them. The color is, it's a very small bag also, as you can see, obviously. Technically, it's not really a bag. It's actually a vanity. That's why it's selling in the beauty boutique. But because of that, the price is better. And it's obviously quite a small bag, but I think that's also so cute. It is a tiny little burgundy Chanel vanity. It actually looks very vintage, which is what I really love about it, that it looks so vintage. Look, vanity chain burgundy. Look, inside it has these like lipstick slots, but I think this is enough space for my wallet. There's like a mirror at the back. My wallet, not my phone clearly, smaller than the phone, but I think it's so cute. Look, an evening bag, but also running errands could be cute. You just can't put anything in there. Even like this could be a good bag for shopping in Bicester Village, because you don't want to carry a lot of your own bags, you know? You want to put this where you have your cards and your lip balm, nothing else, your phone in your pocket or in your hand, and that's it.
You need that bag and a suitcase for shopping in this.
Exactly, because we really struggled yesterday. Taking off the plastic now, I love it. And I apparently there's like a big waiting list for this bag. It's like difficult to get. So I'm super grateful to my incredible essay because she fought for it for me. So that's it. Now I can leave this, throw it away, the packaging, because I don't really need it. That's that. A really cute little dust bag. And now it's breakfast time. Starting the day, not like yesterday, because let me tell you, I didn't feel great last night. So today it's like spirulina, kale, spinach, greens, oat latte, and something a little bit healthier. I really want a salad, actually, funnily enough. Okay, my sister likes it, she approves. The thing with life is balance. Like one day you can have like fast food, but next day you need to refresh. It's not about
your body.
Exactly. That's what we're doing. Thank you, sorry. Wow, look at this again. Now that the weather is better. Good afternoon, huh? Hello. Hello. Back on the road. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm so super ready. Back on these sort of like paths that are a little bit questionable, but beautiful nevertheless. It's 3:33 and let's just say the plan is that we arrive to Estelle Manor right around the time for check-in. I am very excited because I've never been there, so it's going to be like a first time that I actually see what it looks like. I've only ever seen it on Instagram. Lots of my friends have already stayed there and they said it's absolutely stunning. When I told Annabelle that we're going there, she was very excited.
Really?
Yeah.
But I know you've been wishing to go there
Yeah.
for a very long time.
So much.
And we almost missed an opportunity to go there.
Exactly, because every day I was like, I'll book it tomorrow. Anyway. Well, I'm gonna use this 26-minute drive to ask my sister. You haven't been in this Vlogmas like yet really prominently.
I haven't because, yes, well, I haven't been on your YouTube very prominently because we haven't had much face-to-face time really lately.
And when we had, we just decided to spend it more as like a sisterly quality.
Exactly.
Which is the best, to be honest.
Exactly.
I think like the older we get, the more we focus on really getting that quality time. And not just with my sister, but in general, which I guess is common sense.
Meaningful relationships, whatever they are, you know, like whether they are with your parents, siblings, partners, very close friends, whoever they're with, it's like giving yourself only to people that you really love and that deserve all of that attention.
Yeah, I agree.
But saying that, like, still my best New Year's Eve was you and me in our PJs on the sofa.
Same. That I know exactly which year that was. That was like 2019 entering 2020. Guys, if I told you what we did that night, we literally like watched even worse than trash TV, I think. And we laughed so much. I think we fell asleep before it was the midnight, or like, you know, New Year's Eve.
Or shortly after.
Or shortly after, but it was so much fun. I loved it, thoroughly loved it. That was such a good quality time.
And I think that's WhatsApp profile image is like two of us curled up on that sofa sleeping.
Guys, our father's profile picture on WhatsApp is my sister and me, how we fell asleep on sofa. Like probably it was like not midnight, it was like 10 p.m. probably.
Yes.
But we fell asleep like I'm perching like this and she's perching on the other side. So like our heads are like kind of close to each other and like this. And we both fell asleep on sofa. Our dad took a picture of us. It was in England. And that's his profile picture. And it's almost a little bit offensive.
It's almost, I don't think there are many people who are very gorgeous looking when they fall asleep.
I definitely, honestly guys, I think I'm not so much of an ugly crier, but definitely an ugly sleeper. 100%. Like when I fall asleep, and I'm always sleeping on the plane.
But I love all the pictures that Philly sends me. We have this thing going on where he tells me more or less how long it took you this time to fall asleep. So
on the plane,
yes,
it's like
on the plane,
in seconds usually,
in the car.
measured in seconds. Well, I wanted to ask my sister something. I've been vlogging for years. I feel like for 10 years, right?
But what do you think is one thing that my community, my followers don't know about me?
Well, to be very honest, I don't think there's much that they don't know about you, given that your life is filmed more or less, that
Yeah.
you are. And that one thing about you is that you are on the screen who you are in the real life. So there is no hidden intentions, there is no script, there is no drama or something. You turn on that camera and you just roll, and it just goes and it flows, and to be very honest, it's something that I admire so much, how natural you can be and how genuine and real. So that's a skill. But anyway, did you ever tell them a story how you lost my bus pass?
I knew you were gonna ask that.
You know, I had a flashback when we were going to London.
Same when I dropped the
You
car.
dropped my card.
Ticket.
And your ticket or my ticket, whoever ticket you dropped, they were identical. But then I remembered, oh my God, all these 30 years later, this history repeating itself.
I don't know if I ever told them the story, but in this relationship, I'm the more irresponsible one. For sure, by far.
Only through choice. You're not like that in other relationships with other human.
Because always with my sister, I will always be the little sister, especially because the difference between us is 6 years almost. She's always been that like older sister that helps me with the homework, that helps me put my shoes on, that helps me.
It's just the nature of our relationship,
Yeah.
that I have positioned myself as the more responsible one. But for example, like when mom comes over and stays with my family, it is insane how quickly I go into daughter role.
Yeah.
Like insane how quickly I become a daughter and not like, you know,
A mother.
a person who's like in charge of the whole household, running all the, like, you know, everything has to run as a clockwork, the responsible, the organized individual. It's crazy how quickly I go into daughter role. And I think that's what happens with you as well when you're with me. You know that I'm going to think for both of us more or less.
Yeah. That is 100% true. And also you protected me so much growing up. But then also, like, guys, you've always seen me. I think like 99.9% of the time I'm in good mood and I'm very friendly. But when I get angry and mad, I turn into actual monster. I think like if it's like about you especially, like I'll never forget once we were at the airport and you were pregnant with Stefan and they were like, oh, can a pregnant woman go through the, you know, the x-ray machine?
Yeah, because in UK they kind of tell you if you're pregnant not to go through
yeah.
x-ray machine.
I remember.
So they said they want to hand search you because obviously they don't know about
The effects.
So it's best to prevent these situations if we can, when we can.
And I was like, no. And they were like, no, you should go through the x-ray. And I was like, no, she's pregnant. And they were like, well, she needs to go through the x-ray machine. And I went ballistic. I think like when it comes to like protecting you, like when someone is being mean to you, and also especially because my sister is not argumentative person at all. Like she was kind of like looking very confused and almost like flustered and almost like a little bit attacked, like didn't know what to do in that situation. So I feel like because she does not fight for herself, I have to fight. You know what I mean?
You do.
And I was like, bah! Like going crazy.
You did.
I think like it doesn't really happen often, like really happens rarely that I have to go.
But when you do have to, you really go all out.
And then afterwards I'm a little bit almost like, I don't want to say embarrassed, but I feel like, was this necessary? But the thing is that it's usually because people are just really not willing to be helpful. That's when I do,
Exactly.
when I go into that mode.
You know, sometimes what's very annoying is that when you know you would behave differently in their shoes.
Of course, especially because I worked in pharmacy, I worked in customer service. I know that it's so easy to be nice to people coming to like
But
to
it's
the
also
desk.
so important to treat people just the way you want to be treated, because obviously if you're having a bad day and you are facing a customer, they don't need to know about your bad day. You really need to try and control it and keep those emotions aside in order to be professional and kind to a person, because at the end of the day the person in front of you has nothing to do with what is going on with your life, you know. And if you're fit and well to be at work, then at least try and treat those people the way you want to be treated, or the way you would want your parents to be treated, or you know, people that you care about. To
Couldn't
be
agree
treated.
more. Couldn't agree more. Well, to go back to the bus pass, the ticket story is basically I was like 7 years old. My sister was 13. We were on a bus coming home from school.
That's
And for
right.
1 second of this journey, my sister said, please hold our bus passes in your hand
While I tie my lace, sis.
tie my shoelaces. So how long does it take for someone to tie shoelaces, right? The bus was kind of full. And my sister handed me these bus passes and she said, okay, while she was tying the shoelaces, she was like, how many bus passes are you holding? And I was like, 2. How many bus passes are you holding? And I was like, 2. And then she was getting up and she was like, how many bus passes are you holding? And I looked and I was like, 1. And of course, guess whose bus pass I lost? Not mine. I've always like been a bit of a mess like that, but I think considering the circumstances and the way that I was growing up, I think I turned pretty okay.
I think you absolutely did.
I genuinely thought for myself, you know, like when you just don't have the confidence in future because you know that you're irresponsible in a way. So because things like that were always happening to me, and I felt like I was trying so hard to hold on to those bus passes, but I still managed in 10 seconds to lose one, and it was nowhere to be found, right? So I always thought of myself as someone who is not ever gonna have bright future because I've never been the one that is like really responsible, but I managed to somehow grow out of it.
You know, all those little life experiences shape us and they stay with us. And you see, like 20 years later, we are talking about this, and it's something that stuck with us.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was a learning point that you took home. You know,
Yeah.
there was something that you feel even like sad about it. Kind of all these years later, like, how did I do it? How
Yeah.
did it happen to me? But the most important thing is to think, okay, it's never going to happen again.
Correct.
Like, it's never going. And that's the thing. You've kind of learned through these experiences and they have shaped you. You didn't miss an opportunity to learn.
I think that's very important, but I also think one like final thing that I'd like to say is that life is not the cards we were dealt. Life is more than the cards we were dealt. So like, I guess if we look at the cards that we were dealt, I was pretty like in the basic elementary things that I was in my core, I managed to kind of turn it around.
Exactly.
You know, from someone that was always like, even like the way that our parents treated us was always like, I was a little bit of like, I don't want to say like a less, but a little bit less like.
You were always a bit of an underdog.
Yeah.
Yes, because you always felt like you had to work twice as hard to
Yeah.
achieve everything that you
Yeah.
achieved.
And you were like a high achiever, stellar student, like, you know, first class degree, everything like
Because I was
always
always a
the best.
geek. I was always
Teacher's
the one.
pet.
Yeah.
And me, someone like teacher's pet, but the teacher would say like, don't worry, she'll be good later on, you know.
Exactly.
She'll manage to get something out of herself. I was always a bit of a dreamer also, which didn't really help. But things are not always like, they don't have to determine who you are, like what kind of situation and what like you have as a core. It doesn't have to determine the
Yes,
future.
and it's important to get drive from all those, you know, things like, from all those instances when you felt a bit like an underdog. So there's two things that you can do. You can either let that affect you in a way that it even lowers your confidence and that you really feel like you're not worth it or you're not, you know, or it can actually make you realize you want to prove to these people
Yeah.
what you're capable of and what you can do and how, you know, so it's kind of down to you.
I agree, and it's funny that it actually can help you build confidence, because when you realize, okay, I failed, but I still survived and I still am swimming, you understand that it's okay to fail. So that's why I think like actually making mistakes, failing, doing things in the wrong way is actually very, very important for our growth, because that's when we can realize that even if I fail, what's the worst thing that can happen? That's one question that really, really helps me through very, very stressful situations, is thinking, and what's the worst thing that can happen?
And that also helps me with decision making. For example, when I'm a bit indecisive whether I want to do something, when something is possibly too big of a step, I always tend to ask myself, so what's the worst that can happen? And then when you realize, well, the worst that can happen is actually if you don't try, and then you'll never know what could have happened should you have tried.
Yeah.
You know, then you know that you're on a right path.
Couldn't agree more.
Currently, my sister is cursing me because we're not even sure that this is actually a road. It's a bit suspicious. Oh, what do we do now? Wow, this really requires the skill. Well done, you. My sister's not happy, but can you imagine the state of the car when we arrive? It's going to be like a mud house. Yay! I can see some opening. There we go. Beautiful. The pool's heated 27 degrees, which is insane if you ask me. But I really wanted to come here to see it. This is truly, truly gorgeous. Wow, it's so beautiful. Hey guys, we're in front of our cottage. We have here a 2-bedroom cottage that we booked. Apparently, Johnny Depp was here. Oh, I'm very yellow now, sorry about that. Apparently Johnny Depp was here a week or so ago. Let's do a little house tour. Welcome to our cottage. I love it. I love this kind of cozy vibes. Cozy but sweet. I just looked at the minibar even and it looked so interesting, like exciting, not like basic, you know. This couch also looks really, really comfy. There's a bit of fire going on, as you can see. Dropped the bag. I mean, you know. And then also received some really nice taralli and cantucci Italian snacks, of course. And then over here is the bedroom number 1. They're exactly the same. The luggage is here. Look at this. So beautiful, actually. I just love the touches. Like, I love this lamp. This, what's inside of here, you are actually gonna see tomorrow. Some of the Christmas gifts, actually. My travel outfit, as you could have seen, is this cashmere brown set. I got my AirPods because I was watching last night's video with the earphones, of course. And then the bathroom is here, which I think is also really gorgeous. There's a bath as well. And then there's the toilet there. And then I'll bring you to the other bedroom as well, so you can see it. I'm sure you're wondering. Over here we have, I mean, it's identical. There's not really, you know, much to show. It's just like a little bit dark now, but outside there's a little seating area. I'm sure you'll see that in the morning. And what's really nice is that there's shower here, but I mean, shower or bath doesn't really make any difference because you can still shower in the bath. You don't have to have a bath in the shower as long as it has the hose with the, you know, handle. I've been loving my lip combo right now. You know, I'm gonna always share it with you. I'll show you what I've been wearing. My hair obviously got rained on. Not the most fortunate situation because I don't intend on washing it tonight. Tomorrow night probably I'll wash it because I don't have all the necessary tools that I need for styling it with me on this trip. And also I really like this little gadget, this little leather goods situation that I got at Hermes. Is basically like a case for AirPods, and I decided not to bring my AirPods Max, which I love for noise cancelling or for planes and things like that, but on this occasion love these. Also for phone calls, so much better because the other ones for phone calls are just not it. And that's it. Wearing my Missuma hoops that I will also link, and my brown Agtas. That's it. Now gonna get cozy and enjoy and speak to my sister and just have the best time. guys. Oh, this is also really nice. The food's here. Let's see. Broccoli. This is my corn soup, sweet corn soup. My sister was a bit dubious about sweet corn soup, but actually, you guys, it's so good. I love actually everything with corn. And it came with like some sandwiches, I think. I don't know, unless we ordered this. I'm suspicious. Broccoli, very exciting. My salad, very exciting. And that is it. We were supposed to have some french fries. Ah, here they are. Excelente. Ready to eat.
So you're happy with the choice of corn soup?
Never thought the sweet corn soup can be nice.
But it's delicious.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I love it. Broccoli also are divine.
Really?
It's kind of like a mix of a mushroom soup taste, right?
So nice. So creamy.
I had a sweet corn crab and crab meat
Maybe
soup.
this is crab, you know?
Yeah?
I don't know, it looks like...
To me, this looks like tuna. What is it?
It's crab.
No, I love everything with sweet corn. Very embarrassing thing for Filippo is that I love pizza with sweet corn. So far, food here, I put fire, so much fire on that now I'm so hot.
I had so much food. Also, I put so much fire that it's so hot now in the room. And then also I ate hot soup and the salad and the broccoli. I feel a bit like a bear, you know, like I need my winter. This, guys, 10 out of 10, but I'm so full and I hate wasting food. So now I'm eating. We're gonna watch something cozy, do some work. I need to film something quickly also for my TikTok. And then I'm gonna go to bed. I'll probably update you later. Actually, so far, I mean, it's only been 5 days of Vlogmas, but so far I'm really loving vlogging every day just because I feel like even before it was Vlogmas, I was filming every single day. It's just that it was even harder because I had to think about like what I've already filmed. And like this is so easy because everything is in one day. So far, all good. I'm reading your comments, of course. I always read the comments, I respond, etc, etc. And then of course very often I would say, I guess it's my age bracket, someone says like, are you pregnant, right? Like I would say probably in every video I get at least one are you pregnant comment. It doesn't bother me. So I said to my sister, someone asked if I'm pregnant, and then because I was feeling a little bit like nauseous yesterday, the curves during the drive, I was so nauseous. And then she was like, yeah, none of those things are symptoms of being pregnant, but being nauseous is. So she was like, are you pregnant? I mean, unless I am, and I don't know, honestly, but I highly doubt it at the moment because, you know, as girls, we know also our bodies. I'm loving your comments. They are so kind and sweet, and I'm just so grateful to have you guys. I'm so happy to have you, honestly. I must have done something really good when I deserve such an incredible community online. That's all.
I think it's time to get unready and to chat a little bit. Not too much. I'm not gonna like do a full like evening routine. I just want to talk to you guys and unpack my beauty bag. Sometimes I just think it's not easy being a woman. But I mean, it's just not easy. It's also so beautiful, right? It all depends on how you look at it. Well, today, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna show you quickly. I'm gonna wash my face with this Chanel Le Mousse. I stopped using the foaming face washes for quite a long period actually, but somehow I got back to this during September Fashion Week and I quite really liked it. And then when I wash my face, I'm of course going to use my Medicube little device, but I didn't bring, for some reason, only known to me, my Snail Mucin cream. I'm very much into Korean skincare. I don't need to tell you that all over again, but I love to use this. But today I will use it with my Propolis serum from Beauty of Joseon. Also love this. I have also my Revive Eye Serum. And I need lip balm even before I wash my face because I feel like, you know, the fireplace and heat in general just dries everything. Now, I've recently had a lash and brow lamination. I have naturally thick brows and lashes, but it just like really burns my lashes. So at the place that I love, Ministry of Nails, I love them so much. It's literally like the best place for nails, but also they do lash lamination, they do facials and things like that. They've given me this product. I don't know where you can get it. And it's apparently supposed to, it's like an after lamination care. I don't know if you can see it. It's supposed to hydrate lashes and brows. So I'm supposed to apply it twice a day, which obviously I don't. I mean, how can you apply something on your lashes and brows twice a day? But I do at least once. So I'm gonna do that as well. And then that is it. And my moisturizer, which is somehow in the other suitcase, my Medicaid. Let me run and get it. So here's the moisturizer. I ran for it. And the reason why it was in like a random suitcase is because it was in my bed. And this morning I slathered it on, especially after laser. I'm like still, so these peripheral parts of my face are kind of crusty, I want to say. So obviously my favorite Medicaid moisturizer comes to rescue. And then tomorrow I'm gonna attempt this. So I had mixed reviews from you guys. Some naturally curly girls said that they love this and others said that they hate it. We're gonna risk it tomorrow, okay? I think I'm gonna try. However, I have to say one thing, even though I got rained on today, even though like I haven't done any really treatment for my hair in quite a while now, I'm just trying to really have the best hair possible before my wedding, which I'm not gonna mention because, you know, I'm stressing myself out because up until now, I've been saying like, you know, it's next year, it's next year. We're coming close to the end of the year. So it's gonna be like, it's this year. And I'm actually kind of stressed about it. Anyway, my hair is so soft. I don't know what it is, but it feels incredible. Even though it got rained on today, it's not that frizzy. And I can't really remember if I've done anything different, but I haven't. Everything that I've done is the same. It's just so soft. I mean, it's not really styled now. It looks a bit sad, actually. But when I touch it, it's really silky. I'm gonna shower, wash my face, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. We're gonna be opening some Christmas gifts, or wrapping them, really. And we are gonna have some fun around this property here, which I think is really beautiful because this evening we just spent at home doing in-room dining, being cozy and having the best time. Tomorrow is a new day. I hope you guys are ready. 8 p.m. Central European time, same place. I'll see you guys.